we on?
Yeah.
Hello, Elevation Nation. We're trying out a different camera angle today. So let us know if you can hear us first before we get started. Welcome to Thinkin Thursdays. Can you hear us? Hello, hello. Gonna wait to hear some or see some responses. I can't hear. Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Mic check. Hello.
Type it or click link.
Okay. But not this wrong
I
mouse.
got you.
Okay.
Here, yep, yes. Okay,
Yes.
we're good.
Okay, awesome. You guys can hear us.
Perfect.
Got a little nervous for a
Perfect.
second. All right, well, welcome to Thinkin Thursday. I think we'll give it maybe like 30 more seconds before we get started, just in case we have some stragglers. We're going to be watching some film. Some of you guys sent in some of your passing film from this season, so excited to go over that and give you some analyzation. Is that the right word?
I don't know if I've ever heard it used in that context, but
We're going to analyze you
We're gonna
and
analyze.
talk about passing. We might talk a little bit more about serve receive versus just the skill. We might go in depth a little bit more, talk about seams.
more strategy styles
Yeah.
and what coaches are doing in different plays and
Yeah.
why they do things in different ways. This is a
Great to
perfect
see you
one.
guys jumping on. Hello, hello. All right, so I guess we can go ahead and get started. You want to go ahead and pop up? So what you're going to see next is we've been meeting with the 15 Chicas weekly. And this past Wednesday, so yesterday, we asked them all to share one thing that they're excited and ready to bring to the court when it's time to get back on the court. So, some of the things they shared: competition. Of course, we're all ready to compete. We had confidence, perseverance was said a couple times. They are ready to just push through, and I think that that's something that we are also learning during this quarantine time is perseverance. Are you able to give everything you have even though you're not in the gym? Working on the skills, working on your strength, and even the mental work. Are you doing that at home? That's going to carry over when you get back into the gym. Dedication. Love that. I love dedication, positivity, staying positive. It's easy to kind of like get down on yourself. So if you're staying positive now, you're ready to bring that on the court, that's going to feed into your team as well. What else? Excitement, yes. Intensity. I think we're all ready to just like get out there and compete and be intense. And Sarah said effort. She's going to give 100% effort. And then who else is that in the corner? Oh, goodness. I have to look over here. That's Nina. She also said perseverance. So we had two people, and they both had to look up how to spell perseverance as well.
Although Gabby's calling us out over here on analysis, trying to.
Analysis. Yeah, that's right. Well, thanks for sending that in, 15 Chicas. We're going to go ahead and get started. I think we're going to do something fun at first, right? Do we want to show the coaches video? Yeah.
This is the sweater challenge from some of the coaches. We referenced it on Tuesday, but this is the one that Lizaiha put it together.
Yeah, so you saw a couple of the coaches doing the sweater challenge on Tuesday, but there's a couple more that did it, and we put together a nice video for you guys to watch. So, here we go.
We're back.
All right, you guys. So, Elevation Nation, you have officially, we challenged you on Tuesday, but we are officially challenging you all to the sweater challenge. Send them in or post them on your social media and tag Elevation. We'd love to see you guys doing that. If you haven't tried it, it's really not as easy as it looks. And coaches, this includes you too. If you haven't done the sweater challenge, take it.
And I'm not going to lie, I laugh every time I watch Susie's. Every single time. Try it in boat shoes too. It's harder than it looks.
And no cheating. You have to try and do it with only platform only. That's a trick.
Yes.
Okay, let's go ahead and dive into passing. So up first, we have Emily Morgan. She sent in some of her passing. Taylor said that was cool. Yeah, it was cool. All right, let's talk about some things that we like.
Can we go back to that first one real
Yeah.
quick here just to talk?
Oh, it's the same video. It just shows the end. It has an issue.
Okay. So I really want to kind of highlight this. I know Lizaiha and I were talking about this earlier as we talk about seams. And we're going to kind of go through this as we go through this entire video. We're going to pause and talk about it and talk about some dynamics and why. And you guys can see is there's a gigantic seam here between 5 and 6, and that's between Emily and between Sammy. And that is because those two are primary defenders. And you can see that's why Emily's a little bit closer to Peyton to help into that seam, as Peyton is a 6 rotation hitter so we try to take up more space with the defenders. Anything you would kind of add to that?
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
And as you see, when you talk about spacing and as your coaches start to talk to you about who has seam coverage and what kind of strategy do you have in serve receive, there's all these different things that play out.
Yep. That's one of the things we talk about is keeping a nice quiet platform.
Yeah, one of the things every time I see Emily passes, she's always got good posture. She's always low. She rarely is standing up. She's always is very low to the ball.
Yeah. And then in this one, this is all about reading the arm speed of the server. As soon as that serve is contacted, what do you see? Short or deep? And moving right away to wherever you're reading that ball is going. So she actually takes that ball away from Shay, which is great because we want Shay to maybe be ready to attack in the back row. So as a libero, you want to probably take as many balls as possible so your attackers can swing. Great job, Mo.
Yeah, here's another ball
Here's
right
a
in the
ball
seam
right-
between
yeah.
there. And this is probably something where Emily and Shay have that communication of Emily's got the seams. You could tell because Shay really never makes a hard step towards that ball.
We can go back.
Yeah.
Let's go back.
So we're going to
that.
go back to this here. So what you guys to notice Shay as she's playing this ball is you can see is she starts to make a step towards that ball, and then immediately she pulls away knowing that Emily's going to take care of that seam right there. That's a great play. That's them balancing the court, them knowing their assignments, and them working very well together. That's something that is key when we're in serve receive, to know who has that seam. And you see she gives that ball right up to Emily.
Yep. That's just great movement. Great, I'm sure we can't hear it, but also probably some great communication between the two as well. All right. Got a nice calm, pretty simple. She's reading that ball, and she didn't have to move too much for this one. She tries to stay balanced. Just one little shift, balance and stop. Whenever you can try and be stopped on serve receive. I like that. I really like that. Great job. All right, who do we have next?
This is Dakota. 14. Does a good job going into that seam, keeping her arms away, shuffling, open up a little bit. And this is kind of something we talked a little bit about on Tuesday. And as you see with Dakota, as she's getting stopped and opening, when we talk about balance is something to reiterate to you guys, as balance can be if their footwork is open, if their footwork is still facing the server. So here you can see Dakota's right foot's a little bit outside, but even if she opens up her hips to drop step, she can still stay in a balanced position, and that's a key as we try to move back and forth and as we're dropping step here. And I do kind of want to, we'll reiterate later on what everybody else is doing in serve receive while they're passing, but that's a good strong angle leading the setter.
Yeah, that was a great angle. Okay, got a little beat there on the deeper ball.
Kenzie does a good job of getting her platform away from her body at the end. This ball right there, I would have liked her very first step to be a little bit more dynamic to get behind that ball faster. And it'll allow her to keep that ball lower on her body, but instead that ball is going to come right at her. And so at the very end, she's going to go up off of one foot and try to get her body away. And she does a very good job of keeping her platform strong and away from her body, which is why that's a great pass.
Truthfully, ultimately, the last thing that happens is we pass with our platform. So it's just your platform that's, I mean, you're doing all the work with your feet, but as long as your platform is showing the right angle to where you want it to go, then you're probably going to have a pretty good outcome.
This is Kenzie here again.
Got Kenzie here again.
Covering that seam. You can tell she's got that seam, and one of the reasons why is we have a back row attack on. We have a play on out of the back row, so she's allowing Sid to move and be open to swing.
Yeah, and as you get to know each other on your teams, you kind of know who's going to go for what. But we want to throw out a question to you guys real quick. How does your coach on your team have you guys play the seams? Because every coach, likes to do a different serve receive pattern. What's that? Oh yeah, go ahead and pause. So before we continue, shout out what are you guys doing in your serve receive as far as seams? Or do you pass 2-person? Do you pass 3-person? Is it mostly libero taking, or do you pass seam left? What do you guys do?
And just to lead this off, what do you teach? What do you train?
Oh, what do I train? I like the libero to take as many balls as possible. I also like a modified 2-person serve receive, so we're always allowing whoever's attacking, so you kind of shade over, mostly 2-person, but that 3rd person can help with those line passes. Seams, I really think it's just kind of communicating the whole time, and libero takes as many balls as possible. That's my personal
that's right.
personal take, but I've played and coached different ways depending on the makeup of the team and your passers. So let's see, what kind of seams do you guys play?
3-person.
Okay, 3-person. 3-person is probably the most popular.
How do you guys dictate seams? Do you guys have seams right in every serve receive? Do you have seams left in every serve receive?
Do you know what that means?
Yeah.
You can ask the question. Do you not know what we're talking about?
we can demonstrate with what's going up here on the screen.
Yeah.
Is you guys can see on here we've got 3-person serve receive and 2 defenders, and Sid is a back row attack, and we could talk about seams right where Kenzie would have the seam between her and Dakota. Dakota would have it between her and Sid. Okay, and then Kenzie and Sid would have their lines as well. Okay, and then seams left, we could talk about where the seams are to the left. Dakota would have the seam between her and Kenzie. Sid would have the seam between her and Dakota.
Let's see, we have seam. Charlotte says seam. Whoever is going to the setter. Amy states the person across from the server takes the seam. Okay. Yeah, it all makes sense.
Yeah.
There's no right or wrong way to pass.
As long as you know.
Yep,
Before
as
every
long
play.
as everyone that's in your
Is on the same
passing
page.
system is on the same page. Exactly. Yep, so we can just continue on.
Dakota does a good job of staying low,
Yeah.
arms staying out. She does a little step there through the ball to get balanced at the end.
Yep, I love that. Nice and simple, nice and balanced. Great job. I will say it till I die.
Yeah.
less movement, less room for error,
Yeah.
always.
This is one where you can see the modified, and this is what Lizaiha was talking about, and I'm going to stop it right before the last one here. This is where we're kind of passing, I call it 2.5.
Okay.
And, Peyton and Kenzie are our primary passers, and Sid over here on the left in zone 5 is going to pass the ball if it's right at her. Otherwise, Kenzie's going to take that seam between her so that she can transition out to swing. So that's kind of key. This is us passing 2.5.
Okay.
I might want Sid to be a little bit more towards the sideline in this play, but based on where the server's coming from, I believe out of zone 6 out here, it wasn't a big deal for her. So she was able to stay a little bit more inside because we knew kind of where they like to serve to zone 1. So we'll let this play through so you guys can see. As you can see, Sid's going to transition pretty quickly out there to go swing. So that's where this is helpful. Peyton, we want to stay a little bit forward there on your pass. Get your shoulders down.
I like that. As Sydney, as soon as she realized it wasn't coming to her, she just went and transitioned. I know that has nothing to do with passing, but I like to see that.
And this is us passing 2.
This is a 2-person. Okay.
So, and we have a lot of trust in the defenders out there to take care of this. And Dakota, I don't know where that set was going, Lily. We're not even going to talk about that set. But Peyton and Kenzie do a good job of balancing the court. Peyton, good shuffle step there to get there. Her shoulders can be a little bit forward, but her platform is good. It's strong. It's away from her.
That's okay. Left seam. Let's see. Who do we have here now?
Peyton.
We got Peyton and another 2-person serve receive. Let's talk about this pass here. We're going to not talk about seams for a second. Let's talk about technique. What do you guys see that's happening? Let's watch one more pass and then we can pause it. Okay, pause. Let's hear some comments. Give us one thing that she did well, one thing that she probably could improve on. Give us one thing that she did well, one thing that she could improve on. Maybe we can go back and rewind. There we go. Okay. All right, so let's share one thing she did well. Oh. We're talking about technique here. Yep. Okay, Jane says too tight to her body. Okay. Peyton said, yikes.
You're the one that sent it in.
Charlotte said she needs to get behind it more. Okay. Do we see anything that she maybe did well? I kind of talked about it a little bit earlier. We can always fix something with something. I don't want to give it away. BB said she's standing straight up, but she makes up for it by cushioning it. Okay, that's kind of onto what I was talking about. Yeah, okay, so I guess you guys got it. We can go ahead and play again. She didn't read the ball very well, I don't think. Otherwise, she probably would have moved back a little bit.
Yep.
The platform was too close to her body, but she did keep her platform nice and quiet and simple, so she was able to direct it to target. Yeah, she held her platform and she could have kept her shoulders forward. Yes, absolutely. But she did hold that platform together. I love to see our passers holding our platform for a second, once it, waiting till it gets to the setter's hands. Awesome. Good job, guys. All right, here we
Now
got another
one.
one.
From Peyton.
Another one from Peyton to her left. What would you say is going on here?
I like the
one
movement.
Good and one.
Yeah.
One
From
bad.
me, or are you asking them?
I'm asking you.
You're asking me. So I think she's got good movement. I think she's got good movement getting to the side there. My opportunity for her would be not locking her arms out so early, and then she's trying to chase the ball to her left.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing I've seen from her is she is trying to, is at the very end of that pass, she's going to try to chase the ball with her arms, and she's late a little bit to get out into that seam. But their footwork there is better. She's staying balanced. I think her shoulders are a little bit more forward than the one on the previous.
Yeah.
So those are definitely things that I saw from her.
All right. So who do we have up next?
And there's something I want to point out on this one here. Is I want to make sure that we see, and we're going to see if you guys catch up on it here. And I want you guys to pay very close attention to Kenzie and Peyton and tell me what they're doing well and not doing well. And yes, I know they are not the ones passing. So let me know, let us know.
So this is your left back and the right back passers. Pay attention to them. What are they doing well?
Yes.
What are they not doing well?
Yes. They're going to be doing something specific that we're going to look for in serve-receive. Okay? Here it is in slow motion for you here. What are they doing very well here? Or not well?
Peyton still critiquing herself and saying that she's still too high.
Yes.
Now that you see it, you're going to get better at it, right?
Willie Morgan facing the fire.
Facing the fire. So should we go back?
Yep, we're going to go back one more time here. Just so you guys can see.
So
take a
left
look.
back and right back, what are they doing well? What are they not doing well? What are some things you notice? So probably good is that they're facing the fire, right?
Yep.
I agree with that, Mo. Great job. They opened up to Sid. Lily, yes. Shadowing, yes. I agree. Would you agree?
I agree. And I think that Kenzie does it a little bit more than Peyton. And that's kind of what I wanted you guys to see. And I think went back to the line to call it. That's good. Opening up to Sid, yes. Staying low. As you guys can see, as we'll watch it one more time out of here, you guys can really see the pass and watch how they're going to kind of stay low. Peyton kind of pops up here a little bit, just kind of standing there. Kenzie is following that ball all the way back.
Yep, I love that movement.
With Sid, staying low, staying open to her. That's key. Even when you are not passing the ball, there are still options for you and still things that you need to do as a passer.
Yes. Showing support. Always. Still want to be involved in the play at all times.
What do you see here? This is Sydney.
Okay. I think the same thing. We have nice support. Her platform's nice and away from her body. But we also have good support from that middle back. That's a great angle right there. Not talking about seams, talking about technique.
Right.
That's a nice angle. She does a great job of showing that angle before she passes. I like that.
Just one more time out of here, these last couple. Yeah, Sid does a nice shuffle step at the end to get balanced even after that pass. So after the pass, after the contact, she still is shuffling through to stay balanced. And that is helping out a lot to where that to keep that ball in system for us. Great angle, great finish.
It's good to continue your momentum. If it's going to take you in one way, just let it go. Awesome. Well, great job, guys. Thanks for sending all that in and allowing yourself to be analyzed in front of all of Elevation Nation. We appreciate it. We loved all of your feedback. You guys did a great job, and we're picking up on some of the things that we were picking up on, so that's great. Tuesday now, we are going to be doing attacking, so we want you all to send in your at-home attacking videos. They can be creative, they can be funny, but also we're going to critiquing on that skill too. So what are you guys working on at home in attacking? So whether you're going up against the wall with a towel and working on your wall snaps, or just working on approaches. I believe Coach Adam and Coach Lisa will be in here next week on Tuesday, so get those into us, and don't forget to participate in our sweater challenge as well. So did I miss anything?
No.
Good to
Send
go.
those videos in.
You guys did great. Thanks for showing up, and we'll see you on YouTube Live next Tuesday.
Thanks,
Bye, guys.
guys.